Now, England's women are preparing to host Ireland this weekend at the home of English rugby, Twickenham. You can see alongside me are three of the Red Roses. We're very excited to be joined by Abbie Ward, Claudia MacDonald and Sarah Bern to chat all things Six Nations. Thank you all for coming in. Tell us, how are you all and what have you made of the 2024 Six Nations so far?
Yeah, very well, thank you, and thanks for having us. It's been great. I've obviously been playing, been very fortunate to be playing every game so far, and what a tournament it's been. I think every year it gets more competitive, and this is absolutely no different. The stakes are higher every year, not just in terms of the rugby and the performances, but the audiences, the people in the stands, in the seats, and this weekend is going to be a prime example of where women's rugby has got to.
I mean, how exciting is it to see the game growing year on year on year?
It's been brilliant. I think every game you've watched this weekend, you're going, oh, I don't know what that score's going to be actually. I don't know who's going to win, or I can't wait to see that player play an amazing try or whatever. It's been really exciting, and I think this is really the first time that we've had such an excitement in every single game or every single fixture that's going on. And it's great to see, and it's great that so many unions are supporting their athletes and to get the crowds that we are going to get in the weekend.
I mean, you touch on crowds, big attendances, but also big viewing figures as well for the games.
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, it really just shows the momentum that's gathered behind women's rugby. And I think that's, you can see it across a lot of women's sports at the moment, which is really exciting. We talk a lot about the Lionesses and the success they've had as well. And I think a lot of that is mirrored in what the Red Roses have achieved. And it's just really cool, just to have, there's a real family feel to the environment at stadiums, and to see that many young people coming to the games and watching it and seeing women's rugby players performing at such a high level and something that they can then look up to is, it's exciting to be a part of.
It's definitely got a great feel to go into the games. Let's chat a bit about John Mitchell, appointed last year to take over from Simon Middleton. What's he been like to be coached by and to play under? There he is.
Yeah, the boss. Yeah, it's been great. I've really enjoyed coming back in. These girls obviously experienced with WXV and having him in. I think this is the first tournament where he's had kind of sole control coming in. He's brought a new energy, and I think the players are really getting behind it. Not just a new energy, but a new playing style, and something that I think really suits us and can potentially unlock the potential that we've got.
Whenever I've chatted to him, I've been really interested by the psychology behind it all. He does seem really into that side of things, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's definitely something that we really looked at culturally going into WXV. I'm not been in the squad this time around with Six Nations, but it's something that all the girls have really continued to speak about. And he really believes he just wants everyone to kind of unlock their own potential and be whoever they are and how that looks. So it's great to have someone who believes that everyone can be different and still very, very successful even.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of spoiled in that we're used to seeing the Red Roses winning and achieving so much. But how do you think this team is evolving under John Mitchell? Particularly, talk to us a bit about the style of play and what you think that looks like under him.
Yeah, I think the Red Roses have always been known for that that prowess in sort of the line out, the set piece. Two forwards sat next to me, and they're both excellent at that, exactly. But I think John Mitchell's come in and he said, that's brilliant. I love that we can rely on that when we need to, but let's add different dimensions to our game as well. So I think we've seen that throughout the Six Nations, a slightly more expansive form of rugby, and we've been criticised a little bit as a team for perhaps not using that in the past quite as much as we could have done. So I think what it's done is it's really exciting as players to be part of that, to be sort of to be released and be told, go give things a go try things. If you don't get it quite right, that's okay. We can learn and we can get better. So I think that philosophy that he's brought into the team has been really good.
Is it like a freedom maybe to express yourselves, to kind of experiment a bit more?
Absolutely, and I think the expression that we've all heard a million times is take the handbrake off. Okay. And I think that's what we're seeing, and I think that's what you'll see this weekend.
That's really exciting. I mean, you touched on this weekend, England, Ireland. We said in the introduction there, at the home of English rugby at Twickenham. I mean, what a venue to play at. I think 47,000 tickets sold so far, which is amazing. Still tickets available if people do want to come. But chat to us a bit about that as a venue and what this means to this side. There you all are, celebrating the Grand Slam.
It's amazing. It's a brilliant atmosphere. It's really exciting. You can also buy tickets on the day as well. So if you don't know, wake up feeling like I want to go support some women's sport today, come down and buy a ticket, because we've got Sophie Ellis-Bextor playing as well, which is a great halftime show. And just the energy you have in that stadium, it's fun, it's very family friendly, and also there'll be some excellent rugby, so it'll be extremely entertaining. You've got the likes of, Ellie Kildung scoring wonder tries, so I'm sure we'll see many of those by a number of players within the Red Roses team and the Irish team this weekend.
And Abbie, we want to chat to you a bit about your journey, if that's okay, because what a year you've had. You've had a baby girl, back playing, not just for Bristol Bears, but for England in just a matter of months. There she is, your little one. You've made a documentary about your journey. Tell us a bit about your story.
Yeah, I think when Sue Anstis and Ben and Jack Studios, who produced the documentary, they came to me last year and said, we want to document it, we want to document your journey. I'd been quite open in saying that, announcing my pregnancy, but also saying that I want to come back to rugby as quickly as possible. So for me, it was just a great opportunity to add visibility, put a spotlight on something which is gaining more momentum in terms of it's being spoken about. But I think for a while there was no kind of visibility around athletes as mums, particularly in like professional sport and rugby. It hadn't been done. I went in completely not knowing what it would look like, and kind of trying to pave the way as we went, and it was a big learning curve. I wanted to make sure that the next girls that go down the same route, they have more of an understanding of what it entails, and also just to show them that there's options. I think the great thing about it, the thing that I've tried to talk about is there can be a choice. You can be a mum and an athlete.
It doesn't have to be the end of your career, right?
It doesn't have to be.
Be a mum and play on.
Also, if you want to make that choice to step away, that's
also okay.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So, yeah.
Well, I've watched it. I really, really enjoyed it. It was a really inspiring watch. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Lovely to see her there. And yeah, we wish you the best of luck with the rest of the Six Nations campaign and with England defending the Grand Slam title. So thank you, girls. Really nice to see you.